If you know anything about JRPGs, you probably know the Persona series is well liked by all. Fans and critics alike adore the series. And that's for multiple reasons. The gameplay is fun, the aesthetics are unique and stylish, the characters are memorable, the stories are engaging. But one thing that I love about the games that I'm going to talk about today is the music. Now, I've only played 2 Persona games, which may identify me as a casual. When you begin to see how long these games take to beat, you'll start to understand why I've only played 2. And they are 2 of the best ones. I'm pretty far into Persona 5, and I just started Persona 4 a little bit, and I just have so much to say about the soundtracks. I love them so much. Let's just start out with Persona 4, because I have a little bit less to say since I only started playing the game, but it already made a huge impression on me. So in the first playable section of the game, you start to hear this town music. And it's some generic town music. Oh my goodness, what is this? Oh my goodness, this is good. I mean, I'm not even into pop that much. I just can't help myself from breaking it down, you know? Like, why is this song so good? It's just a normal town song, and it's talking about love and romance and all that stuff. Man, it's so good, man. That's just like the first impression of the game you get with this music. It just slaps. Well, actually, never mind. The first thing you see in Persona 4 is the Velvet Room with Igor, the long-nosed guy who kind of looks like Gru. And this is not really a spoiler, but he's like the one recurring character of the series, and the Velvet Room theme has been the only recurring theme in the entire Persona series. It sounds normal at first, but then it just gets like atmospheric. And every time I'm in the Velvet Room in Persona 5, I try to stay for as long as I can just to hear more of the song, because it's so spooky and scary, but kind of beautiful at the same time. You kind of have to play it yourself in order to understand. And I should say this, play these games. For the love of God, please play these games. Persona 4 is only $20 on Steam. It's literally on every single platform right now, so you have no excuse not to play it. And Persona 5, while, yeah, Persona 5 Royal is kind of expensive, base Persona 5 is so cheap nowadays. And I would say that game is still worth playing. If you get the chance, I would get Royal. $60 may seem like a lot for a 5-year-old game, but this game is literally like over 100 hours. You will get your money's worth, I guarantee it. Sponsorship over, even though I'm not sponsored. Let's move on to Persona 5. I am not kidding when I say this game has my favorite soundtrack in gaming. In gaming. Like, of all time. All soundtracks. All of them. This game is the best. It's gorgeous. It's sublime. It's pretty good. Where do I even start? I literally don't know where to start with the soundtrack. It's so good. This track's called So Boring. It's the track that plays when you're in the classroom. When you first hear that title, you're like, is this really going to be all that interesting? Like, am I going to fall asleep to this? Like, am I just going to skip past it? But no! It's just such a jam! Like, why is it so good? It's supposed to be boring. You're supposed to be in class wishing you could be out, but I don't want to skip this section because the music slaps so hard. Like, I'm supposed to be breaking down math problems in here, not literally breaking it down on the desk. Don't even get me started on the palace themes. Oh my goodness, the palace themes. Woo! Wow, like, first off, you start with a more chilled, you know, a little bit of a jazz inspired for Kamoshida's palace. It's cool, you're vibing, you're chilling when the little wee, 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 like, you know, that instrument comes in and, you know, it starts to get pretty good. I don't know, you're just chilling, you're vibing. It's the first palace. And then you get to the second palace and you got, you know, Madarame's palace. The theme's called A Woman. It's a song I could imagine some art students listening to while they're like painting a picture or something. It's a very chilled, relaxed song. But still pretty interesting, and I still like it, even though people call it mid. Well, you want to know what's not mid? Kanashiro's Palace. This is where things get good! The song is called Price, but more like the price of this album. Like, I'm buying it immediately when it drops. I don't even have to explain how good it is. Just listen to this thing. It just goes so hard. Why? And don't even get me started on the battle themes. You do not even want to know what they sound like if you have not played this game before. In most RPGs, it's like you listen to the same song a million times and you just turn off the audio when you're in battles because you've heard the same song a trillion times for every single battle, and you're probably listening to a podcast or something. I'm just going to recommend you listen to them in its entirety. And if you do play the game, you will hear the song a lot, so you'll become familiar with it. But anyways, that's it. That's just all I wanted to get off my chest. I love these games. Everyone should at least try these games someday. I never even really liked JRPGs. I think JRPGs were like my least favorite genre in gaming. But Persona 5 is literally a top 3 game for me. It's like 1 or 2. It's tied with Breath of the Wild. Ironically, both those games came out the same year. Bottom line, amazing game. Definitely play it. You will not regret it. And if you do regret it, just refund it on Steam or something. And with that, this has been Lincoln, also known as Vnox, signing off.